notice that my chair squeaks? Hear that? I'll try not to move around too much. Hello everybody, Jan of Jan Hicks Creates here today. If I'm not crooked, then my chair squeaks, right? Do I look straight to you? Welcome to my channel. This is a crazy channel about mostly cross stitch, some knitting, and anything else that kind of passes through my crazy brain that I decide to try. It's usually something with needlework, needle arts, fiber arts though. Not too crazy. How are you guys doing today? I'm glad you are back. It is a sunny day here. I know, you're saying, well, surprise, it's Hawaii. Actually, where we live, it's been probably about a week of rain, and pouring storms, gale force winds. We actually had a gale advisory out Sunday into Monday. So yeah, I am a little bit behind. I'm one day behind on everything. We lost our power twice on Monday. So I decided to hold off doing a video, the basics video, until Tuesday. And so that put my Flosstube video today, but it's all good. I keep telling myself every time I'm stressed about like scheduling and deadlines, I have no schedule. My schedule is whatever I want to make it. So, you know, I don't need to stress about it, right? Right. So hope you guys are doing well. I hope you enjoyed the basics video on how to stitch with beads. I did want to add one thing I forgot, which I was going to suggest whenever you have this little bowl, something like a little bowl or a little plate, it's good to put like a piece of felt or a piece of paper towel down on the plate and pour the beads on that, and that kind of keeps them from rolling around and helps you to capture them a little bit better. Couple people mentioned that in their comments. I knew there was something I forgot, and that was it. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Always here to help. Let's see. Personal wise, my son Samuel is on his way to Seattle. He is moving to Seattle from Orlando, Florida. He starts his new job. He's a massage therapist. He starts his new job out there, I believe, if not this coming Monday, the following Monday. He is rooming with somebody, actually sharing a house with somebody in Bremerton. So he'll be taking the ferry across to get into Seattle for his job. I think he has 2 jobs lined up. One definitely starts, like I said, whichever Monday. The other one I'm not sure about. So I'm very excited for him. Still no news on our move. Another week gone, still no news. Mike sent an email to HR yesterday. If he doesn't hear back from them by Thursday, he's going to start moving up the chain of command and poking people with sticks. Actually, we keep laughing that he's going to sick me on them. I'm going to get my wife after you. She's getting pretty darn impatient. So, no news there. Sasha's doing fine. He's back to his normal ornery self. Nina is her pretty princess little self without ever any problems. The pictures at the beginning are of the North Shore. My friends are former neighbors from where we lived in Maryland, are out here. The husband is here for a conference for 3 days, so his wife tagged along, so it's good to be able to spend some time with them. Their boys are the same age as our boys, so they kind of grew up together. Lots of bus time chatting bus stop chats happened between me and Susie as the boys were growing up. They until we moved to Florida. We moved to Florida when the boys were in high school. Ben starting 8th grade, Samuel starting 10th grade. So anyway, it was good to see them. We spent Sunday with them up on the North Shore. Like I said, Sunday there were gale force winds. It was still sunny up on the North Shore, but just blowing like crazy. There was actually no swimming allowed on any of the beaches. So tried to get pictures of surfers, but there weren't nobody in the water at all, which is a good thing. There was one person that went missing Friday night. They searched for her all weekend, and yeah, they actually called off the search, I think, Monday morning. So that was off of Waimea Bay. We saw the helicopters flying when we were driving up there. But anyway, that's what the videos are from. I have left this sound on because I know you guys like hearing the waves. There was a lot of wind, so forgive the wind noise. I haven't done it yet, obviously, but I'm gonna tone it down and see if you can get a good balance of wind and surf. But yeah, so it was good to spend time with them. Hopefully we'll see them again here sometime this week before they head back to Maryland. I think that's about it. Personal wise. Stitching wise, I have a couple fully finished things to show you. I have WIP progress. I have a stack of haul. I was good for 1 week. Oh well, better than none. And then show you what I'm working on as far as my next design. So let us begin. First, this is my next design that will be in the store. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So this is the one that is based on the trivet I saw that I grabbed a picture from a antique store in San Antonio. I love it. I love it. I wanted to keep the frame real simple. So yeah, it's just mounted on mat board and then glued into this. This is basically just a, I don't know, tray type frame from Ben Franklin here. I love it. So this is actually what I spent most of my time stitching on this week so I could get it done and up in the store. Just, what is it, 4 colors of DMC. Anyway, different, but have I mentioned I love it? The other thing I fully finished was my spring piece. Now this is, I don't even know what to call this. 6-sided tub thingy. Decor item from Ben Franklin. This is Velcroed on, so I can change out for the other seasons. I wish I had found this before I finished the winter one in a frame, but I do have another winter one that I'll be doing once winter comes along again that I can use in this. So these are just, I just have some of the foam, you know, that kind of crumbly foam floral arranging stuff in the bottom of this. You can see it's kind of this galvanized tin behind here, and I just have the flowers stuck into that. I am not good at flower arranging. I just got some stems from again from Ben Franklin, but I'm happy with it. I think that works. So like I said, I will start summer probably in April, so you will have summer to add to your collection. Remember, this design, the spring design, is free through the month of February, celebrating my 2 years on Flosstube and my over 7,000 subscribers now, as a way to thank you for your support and your encouragement and your friendship. A lot of you have already grabbed it, but if you haven't, it is still there available for you until the end of the month. So what have I been working on other than it's 5 o'clock somewhere? So yesterday, for my basics of cross stitch, let me actually grab the picture for you. I used the baby blue sparkler from Northern Expressions Needleworks. Do I have that right? Needlework. To demo. And yes, it was totally an excuse to start this piece. I bought the PDF from Northern Expression on Etsy and the bead pack, which comes with the Dinky Dye silk. So the only thing I needed to add was the fabric and the metallic thread. So I started on that yesterday. And showed you how to add the beads in my video yesterday. And then this morning I just added one thread of the Dinky Dyes. So there are Algerian eyelets here inside these little swirls, and then the Dinky Dyes down here. So I'm going to try and do this like 1 thread a day. Not long, just enough to move forward on it. hopefully I can get it done in the not too distant future. It's not that big, and as I said yesterday, beading is not hard. I am using the DMC metallic on that, and then the fabric is a 28 count navy Lugana. And like I said in my video yesterday, you want to use the same count fabric that the designer calls for, so that you're sure that the beads will fit the way the designer has them set up. So as I mentioned, Monday, the power went out a couple times. I did not, even though we have other ways to charge our devices, I don't like to rely heavily on my devices when the power's out, just so that, you know, in case of an emergency, should anything happen with our backup charging, I can use my devices. So I decided to find one of my patterns, one of my whips that I had a paper pattern for. Hold please. And that pattern is Teresa Kogut's Angel. This is Angelic Vision. Isn't she pretty? I am loving this. Even when the power came back on, I couldn't put this down. So this is being stitched on Extra Design, 36 count. Oh, I forget which one I picked. It's little. It's probably only going to be, you know, maybe over to here somewhere. It's pretty. I am loving the fabric I chose. I'm loving how the colors look on the fabric. I actually got a big chunk done yesterday. Got the wing almost completed. Got a good chunk here, starting in her, on her face. Worked a little bit on the halo. Yeah, I had trouble putting this down. That's a more accurate look at what the color of the fabric is. So yeah, but I did put it down because I had other things I needed to get done. This will come out and play again in the not too distant future. It's so pretty. So pretty. Let's put that up there. The other one I've been working on and off, and that will get a lot more attention now that it's 5 o'clock somewhere is done, is the Time for Season stitch along piece. So you can see over here, still don't have that done, the corner piece. I worked mostly on getting the tree done and the ground, bringing it around down the corner. So yeah, I won't have this done. The next piece comes out in, what, 3 days? I won't have this done, but I'll be close. I'll have a chunk of it done. Let me find the picture of that. So that is what the autumn piece looks like. So yeah, you can see I have a lot more stitching to do, but I do love that it's chunks of color, so it goes fairly quickly, you know, relatively speaking. So that's what I'll be spending most of my time on here in the next few days. Donna has a new design coming out at market that's like a mountain seaside design. Donna Bayless by the Bay Needle Arts. If you don't know who I'm talking about, it's just, I love her style. Love it. Are you enjoying the sneak peeks of the Nashville needlework stuff? Designers? Stuff? I am. So every morning on Instagram, I go to the Nashville Needlework 2020 hashtag and see if anybody has put up new sneak peeks. A lot of them aren't even bothering with sneak peeks. They're putting the pictures of their designs out so that you can go to your shop or call your shop and see if they can order them for you, so that when the shops go to the market, and this is the way it's supposed to work, the shops go to the market and order things. And if they have an idea, if they get calls from their customers and they have an idea of how many people want, you know, a particular design, then they can order for those people. Plus they have an idea of what the demand might be, so they can order more for the stores. I think the one that stands out most in my mind is Teresa Kogut's new one. And, you know, I didn't think to find this, but I'm going to do a search here. And hers is actually just a sneak peek. Gobsmackingly beautiful. Look at that. It's a sampler. I don't know whether you can see that. So there's that big butterfly moth. There's you know, a basket of flowers here with the big flowers kind of overflowing from it. I can't wait to see that one. That's the one that stands out the most in my mind of all the different ones I've seen so far. But there's a lot of cute ones. I mean, I'm just looking through. If you are on Instagram, I highly recommend that you find that hashtag. It is, let's see, Nashville Needlework Market 2020. If you want to check out what's coming out in the spring. I love this craft. I don't know whether I've mentioned that recently. I love this craft. Okay, so that was my stitching for the week. I do have haul, and then I want to show you what I'm working on. So I got some fun goodies. Fun. So Victorian Motto Sampler Shop. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you do not get her newsletter, you need to. She's constantly having giveaways. And for that alone, it's fun to do. She also has a birthday club the beginning of every month, the first of every month. She pulls 2 names. You tell her what month your birthday's in, obviously, when you sign up. And she'll pick 2 names at the beginning of every month to send gifts to. And it's also just great to know what she's coming out with. She has a fabulous, fantastic red pack that she just created for Valentine's Day. I think she said that there's going to be a second one, but she is doing a giveaway for that. And you need to get the newsletter, and then you go to her website and you comment on the blog post that she has created, which is basically the same as the newsletter she sent out. But you comment there, and then she draws the winner from the comments. So a few weeks ago, she had a giveaway. She has 2 packs. One is called Kindred Stitcher, and one is called, I don't remember at all. But they're always kind of offered together. The Kindred Stitcher one has been calling my name for a while, partly because Kindred Stitcher Lisa Smith, I love her aesthetic. I channel her all the time when I'm out shopping, and you know, I just love what she does. But also I love the colors in this. Now, I thought when she first offered them that she sold out. And then she came out with a giveaway a few weeks ago saying she had found a few more packs. But I was sure she had said that this one, besides what she was giving away, was sold out. But then she sent out another email after that saying there were just a few more of these left. So I immediately responded or sent an email to her saying I need one of these. So I got Kindred Stitcher. It's been a while since I've gotten any of Nancy's flosses, and oh, it's so nice to have some again. And these are mostly more subtle dyes, more subtle variegation. Usually your clue that there's not as much variegation is if there is a DMC equivalent. If she feels that it's close enough to the DMC without a lot of color change, she'll put the DMC equivalent on. If there is a lot of color change, it usually doesn't have an equivalent. And so this one is called Sewing Necessaire, and it is a range of light and dark soft apricot. Is that what you'd call that? I don't know. So this is 503, what I just showed you. And it is pretty much solid. Stitching Together. This does not have a DMC equivalent, and it is a light and dark blend, kind of a hazelnut color. This is $4.69, so a nice green. $37.76. Now this one kind of surprises me that she put a number on it, because there's definitely, I mean, you can see very clearly that there's light and dark in this skein. It's gorgeous though, kind of like a burnt orange. $38.02. This one's called Fellow Stitcher. Oh, Stitching in Hand. I think I said Stitching Together. Stitching Parlor was $4.69. Kindred Stitching, $7.94. Pretty blue. Sewing Circle, no DMC equivalent, because it is a very clear difference between light and dark shades of brown. A Kindred Spirit, again, no DMC equivalent. This is a nice cream with some darker shades. So pretty. Vintage Stitching. Oops, get back here. Vintage Stitching, $9.92. One of my favorite colors. I think that's why I needed to get this pack, because of the blues and aquas. Round Robin, $38.24. And From Me to Thee. This one doesn't have an equivalent because it does have the two shades of the peachy creamy. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. Now the thing with Nancy's that's important to know is that once her colors are gone, they're gone. She doesn't, you know, each one of these sets is unique. She doesn't keep the separate colors in stock, but you can also count on her constantly coming out with new packs. So, like I said, and I'll put the link to her website, to her blog below, so you can get to it and sign up. And signing up for her newsletter is just a matter of sending her an email and saying, I want to sign up. I think she has a link. I'll link her website, her blog. I got a nice pack of goodies from Fat Quarter Shop. As you know, they send me their new stuff. Now, Lori Holt is actually starting to come out with her own line of fabric. So it says, introducing 25 count vintage cloth by Lori Holt of Bee in My Bonnet for Riley Blake Designs. Got all that? Vintage cloth 25 count offers the ease of stitching over one thread or two using your favorite floss to create the perfect vintage project. So she sent me 3 different ones. This is called Overcast, so it's a gray, and these are all 25 count, like I said, fat quarters. And then Cloud, which is white, and Barley, which is kind of an off-white cream. One of these may very well get used for my new design that I'll be showing you shortly. If it fits. I haven't done any measurements yet. I'm not done designing it yet, so who knows. I told you last week that I had placed an order with Kitten Stitcher. That came, and so I got from her. This is the arm cushion thing I had mentioned from Heartstring Samplery. I really hope to get to this soon because it's a useful item that I want to see put into use on my chair. Just need to get started on it. I got another Scarlet Letter, and I'm actually going to take this out of the package. This is, she even says it's a tightly packed together sampler. So it's called Joanna Warren 1655, an English band sampler from the Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge, England. Different stitches, so many different motifs, gorgeous pastels. Again, not your typical sampler, but you know how I love band samplers. I looked through the chart a little bit and my mind kind of went, oh, that's going to be fun. I don't know when I'll get to it, but oh, it's gorgeous. So I also mentioned that I wanted to add some 40 count fabric to my stash, and that Teresa's son Graham has kind of, I don't know whether taken over, but he's starting to dye fabric under, and it's called graham cracker fabric. So I got two. This one is called, of all things, graham cracker. And it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous soft brown. Just lovely. And the other one is called Tea Set. And it is a really soft gray. And this one would probably be really good for my new design as well. We'll have to see. Just a little bit of modeling, staining going on. I mean, just gorgeous. I recommend you give their fabric a try if you're looking for something, you know, that isn't run-of-the-mill, same as everybody else's. Those are going to get used soon. The other thing I got is a project bag from Joanna, Opera Jo, Stitching the High Notes. I have had my eye on her bags for a long time and have never been able to score one, basically. She does have an Etsy shop. So she came out with a blind that is celebrating the start of the next season of Outlander. This one is called Jamie's Question. To bed or to sleep? Love it. Jamie, that's like not even a question. Or a rhetorical question, because I think we know the answer. Isn't that pretty? Thistles. So this is big. This is would fit an 11 by 11 Q-snap. It does have the vinyl on it, which, you know, I'm not super thrilled with, but that's okay. I wanted one of her bags. It's nice and soft and quilted. She has a little treble clef charm on the zipper pull because she is an opera person, opera singer. And I think this is cool. She had a stamp made with her logo, and that's stamped inside the bag. So, thrilled to get that. I think that's everything for the goodies. But I wanted to show you my next design. This is kind of, okay, so a few weeks ago I showed you a picture of the wardrobe, the cabinet, again, as something else from a San Antonio antique store that I grabbed a picture of off of Google. And I said, does anybody look at a piece of furniture and get inspired and think cross stitch? I did. I do. I am. And this is what I've come up with so far. I'm calling this Narnia because it is based on the wardrobe. As you can see, it's not finished. Just a bunch of different motifs that I found looking through antique pattern books, kind of based on what I saw on the cabinet, but in a different arrangement. And also the colors are gold and navy blue, which is inspired by Mrs. Sadis's Oxide. So I probably will use that to stitch. I have it charted in two colors, two DMC colors. But of course you could use any colors you wanted. You could do one color, you can do more colors. But that's why I'm thinking this fabric with the navy, with Mrs. Sadis's Oxide. I don't have the skein up here or I'd hold it. And I don't even know, like I said, if this is big enough or if it'll fit. But anyway, I hope to get that done in the next week or so and get that up. I am going to get up in my store today. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. This one. And I have not forgotten the Puerto Rico one. It is ready. I just need to sit down at the computer and get the project page made. think that's right. So yeah, I think that's all for today. Oh, one more thing. So in my quest to find something to mount both the It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere and my spring design on, I went to one of the local Goodwills and tootled around there, and I found this tray. Now I was going to mount spring on this, but then I saw that box thingy at Ben Franklin and decided to use that because I knew I could decorate inside of it for every season. But this tray is really cool. It needs a good cleaning. It'll get used for something at some point, if only just to put stuff in. What a concept. All right, guys, I'm pretty sure that's it now. I hope you guys have, oh, but I didn't do the angel last week because I was downstairs. This week's angel. She's pretty. Speaking of Jamie and redheads, we'll call her Brianna. Life isn't always easy, but a positive attitude mixed with prayer and gratitude will determine how quickly we overcome difficulties. Just so much truth in these cards, right? So much truth. Your attitude determines everything. Prayer, gratitude, positive attitude. It doesn't take away the difficulties, but it does make them a little easier to bear. That and friendship, and I hope you guys know how much I value your friendship. I feel it all the time, whether it's in the comments here, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on different Facebook groups. The connections we have made are priceless, and I appreciate them more than words can say. I hope you will join me. I do have my Facebook group, Jan Hicks Creates Stunning Cross-Stitch Designs, where it's just a place for us to chat about anything and everything. Feel free to show me your projects, and have any questions, let me know. It doesn't have to just be my stuff that you're showing there. Carolyn Zook has a fantastic Facebook group now, See Zook Stitch. If you aren't on there, you should be. Carolyn is much better than I am at coming up with like prompts to get people talking. I think she's more of an extrovert than I am. And you know, there's just some days that I don't feel like peopling. I had one of those days last week really bad. But anyway, I hope you know I do appreciate you. And I appreciate you being here. Remember, spring, that design is free for all of you guys till the end of February. I think that is all for now. I will probably, as of today, I'm planning on doing a Stitch With Me video on Friday. If I don't appear in your feed, that means something came up or that I just didn't feel like it. Basics of cross stitch. I don't know where I'm going next with that. I feel like I have covered the basics. Kind of have to look at my list. I do have a video that is transitioning from Ada to even weave. The problem with the videos that I already have out there is, you know, I could retitle them Basics of Cross Stitch, but I can't, and I can put them in the playlist, but it's not like they're new that they'll pop up in your feed just because I've edited some things in it. So, I want it to be something fresh and have it be, you know, kind of present and in line with the rest of the basic series. So I may redo that one fairly soon, but I have to look at my list and see what's left. I have one on like social media, all the social media options out there. I have one on, or this is what's on my list. I have something about how to form your own little stitching group, if that's something you might be interested in. Just kind of odds and ends like that. So, yeah, I have to look at that and decide where I'm going next. If there is something that you would like me to cover that I haven't yet, please let me know that as well. I'm always open to suggestions. And of course, I love chatting with you guys. All right, I think that's it. Have a fantastic remainder of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.